Wilkins, and we'll look back at some spooky classics and just plain awful movies from two guys who helped bring the creatures to life on Channel 2. That's straight ahead on A Second Look.
Creature Features.
Hello, I'm Leslie Griffith, and welcome to a special Halloween edition of A Second Look. If you lived in the Bay Area back in the 1970s and the early 1980s and you loved horror films, there was one show that was made just for you. It was called Creature Features, and it aired right here on KTVU every Friday and Saturday night. During the 1970s, it was hosted by a mild-mannered, bespectacled man with a big cigar, Bob Wilkins. Bob became a Bay Area cult hero. And on this edition of A Second Look, Bob's successor as the Creature Features host, John Stanley, and a fellow who got his start in broadcasting on Creature Features, our own movie man, Bob Shaw, reminisce about what it was like to be part of the nation's most droll, campy, and sophisticated TV show dedicated purely to horror and fun.
Coming up now, The Creature Walks Among Us, and I want to dedicate it to all of the American Legion halls throughout Northern California.
That was the original concept of Creature Features. Let's give them alternative viewing in prime time. Let's give them something they won't otherwise see. And Bob, this unusual personality, this non-TV personality, combined with some of the classic films, not all of them were classic, but there were a few of the old Universal films sprinkled through there. Audiences were discovering a type of movie they had never seen before, and here was this unique personality, this non-TV personality, and the ratings went through the roof.
On January 9th, 1971, Bay Area viewers got their first look at the man who would coax them to watch more than 780 films, most of which were so horrendous they should have been dumped in the Bay.
This movie is so bad that it was delivered to Channel 2 in a brown paper bag.
His name, Bob Wilkins. He knew the movies were bad, and that's what made Creature Features fun. He admitted it, virtually dared us to watch, and we did.
He said The Creeping Terror was, without a doubt, the worst movie he's ever seen in his life. This guy has seen them all.
Wilkins knew how to sell a product, even a bad product, because he started as an ad man. In fact, he was working in the advertising department at Channel 3 in Sacramento when the owners offered to put him on the air for the very first time.
We'd have a lot of going-away parties because the television business is a transient situation. And I would speak at banquets and things like that. And so the Kelly brothers, who own the station, thought it might be fun if I had my own television show.
Wilkins was given a slot, Saturday nights at 11:30, and his first film, an awful Japanese horror flick titled Attack of the Mushroom People.
They never told me what kind of format to take or anything like that. But I knew that if I told the people to watch this film, that they wouldn't. Mm-hmm. I told them not to watch it. Okay? I did a TV guide, and I told them what was on the other stations at the time.
In the fall of 1965, Wilkins' show on Channel 3 became an immediate hit, thanks to masochistic film fans in the Valley.
I want to dedicate the film to two people out there who just
You're going to dedicate this film to somebody?
Yes, of course. A classic like this.
After his program had been running for more than 6 years in Sacramento, Bob got a phone call offering him a show in a major market here on Channel 2.
Now, the strangest thing about this show on 2 is its host, Bob Wilkins, and he brings it to you.
I felt the Bay Area might be slightly more sophisticated in Sacramento, but not much. So I took the same format. If the movie was bad, we told them it was bad. Let's get back to this film, and it does not get any better, okay?
Luckily for his viewers, Wilkins seemed to know exactly when to interrupt the movie in order to inject some real entertainment.
One of our live camera feeds coming in, this time to Washington, D.C. and the White House. Apparently, President Reagan has an important message.
Here's great news about two wonderful Baraxo hand-cleaning products.
That was Wilbur Whitlow at the electric organ. He's currently playing in Truckee, California at a Holiday Inn.
It's the Movie Monster Quiz, a Creature Feature special.
Judith Weston worked 4.5 months to knit a sweater for King Kong. Look at there. It was supposed to be a show where you tuned in and you didn't know what you were going to see, except the movie might be bad. Well, that's it. I told you it was rotten.
Occasionally, Wilkins would snag extended interviews with real celebrities who were promised they would not have to sit through the films. Among his guests, Star Trek's George Takei, Master Monster Maker Ray Harryhausen, and Star Wars producer Gary Kurtz.
Because we had gone a little over budget and spent about $1 million more than we thought we were going to, and we're worried that we were going to make our money back.
But Wilkins would also interview non-celebrities that most people would avoid on a bus.
Have you ever met other people who are from other planets on the street?
Constantly. Venusians, Jupiterians.
You also had other guests on the show who would spend thousands of dollars building their own robots.
Yeah.
Things like that. Yeah.
Well, I felt they needed some exposure. I mean, they sold their soul to build that thing.
It took us about 12 months to build. He was finished in August of last year.
Fantastic. I would get calls from, like, vampires, claimed there would be vampires. And I said, well, will you come down to the station tomorrow at 2 o'clock? He said, sure. I says, you're not a vampire then. You're not out at 2 o'clock. And hang up on the guy, you know. So we tried to sort him out.
Did you ever fear you were, encouraging psychosis in these people?
No, that was here in the Bay Area long before I got here. Welcome to Channel 2's version of Saturday Night Fever.
Bob Wilkins wasn't exactly a powder keg of excitement. His delivery was so dry, you weren't sure if he even realized he was funny.
Target Earth is a story about a robot, an army of robots from Venus. And of course, Switzerland, known for their watches, and Venus has always been known for the robots.
His show, Creature Features, was a bargain basement production. Wilkins claimed his films were purchased at garage sales, and even though the program was pre-taped before airtime, it might as well have been live.
And I want to talk. Whoa! I forgot your mic there. Right?
Okay, we'll get it.
Go behind the chair there.
Yet the show was a huge hit during the 70s, possibly because its unpolished image seemed to mesh so well with its host.
You know what I always say, fans? I can't remember what I always say, but I'll have it for you next week.
Between his shows here and in Sacramento, Wilkins spent 15 years hosting horror films. But, truth be told, he was never a fan of the genre.
Not really. You know, I enjoyed them as a youngster, but I was an average movie fan, you know.
Through the years, Bob Wilkins entertained and inspired countless viewers, including a young Modesto fan by the name of George Lucas, who sent us a token of his appreciation to give to Bob.
Wow. I just wanted you to know how much I enjoy watching Creature Features over the years, and you were a big part of the experience. Congratulations, George Lucas, from old San Rafael over there, Lucasfilms. Whatever happened to George?
I have no idea.
Oh, this is really nice.
So you took over from Bob Wilkins on the old Creature Features show. You had a big coffin to fill there.
Boy,
were you nervous about it?
You said it. Oh, was I? I'll tell you, I was down here one day. Bob said, John, come down, watch the show, learn all you can before you start doing the show. And I was coming out of the control room one day, and one of the sound guys stops me, and he kind of glared at me, and he says, so you're going to replace Bob Wilkins? What makes you think that you can replace somebody like Bob Wilkins? I mean, it was a very, very blunt and direct question. And the only answer that I could come up with, and I think it was a good answer, sincere answer, I said, I can't replace Bob Wilkins. Nobody on earth can replace Bob Wilkins. But what I can do is go out there and try to be the host of a Creature Feature show in the way that I feel I can best deliver the role. And otherwise, no. But replacing Bob Wilkins, impossible.
Now, the strangest thing about this show on tune is its host, Bob Wilkins, and he brings it to you. Features and creature features and more creatures and more features.
On the next Yes Dear.
I was the man on the field hockey team.
Isn't field hockey a woman's sport?
Greg needs to show his son he's a real man.
Billy kicked the ball up into a tree and got stuck. No one wants to climb up there and get it.
I'll get it.
But is he barking up the wrong tree?
Yes, I got it. Here comes your hero. Cover his eyes, Jim. Cover his eyes.
Next time on Yes Dear.
Monday at 6 on Action 36 Cable 6. The 8 to 10 o'clock shot block on Action 36 Cable 6. Prepare yourself for the most shocking television you've ever seen. It all starts at 8 with Back-to-Back Cops, the most shocking show in television history. Then at 9, the shocks continue with back-to-back episodes of Ripley's Believe It or Not. The 8 to 10 o'clock Shock Block with Cops and Ripley's Believe It or Not. Weeknights starting at 8 on Action 36 Cable 6.
If you're a homeowner, refinancing your home with less than perfect credit can be frustrating. Home Loan Funding specializes in getting financing for people with difficult credit like foreclosure, bankruptcy, liens, collections. If you're self-employed or you're divorced, Home Loan Funding works with a variety of lenders to help lighten your load and brighten your financial future.
I can help, but first you have to give me a call.
Call Gary at Home Loan Funding, 925-485-1900, 925-485-1900.
Bob, I could never figure out why Americans liked Godzilla, other than maybe they liked to see landmarks and famous cities destroyed. I thought we had more taste for some of the special effects and so on.
Well,
what's your take on it?
I think here in America, we just want to see giant thunder lizards stomping on little model buildings, and it's been that way throughout the history of film.
Logic has never been an important element in dinosaur films, and despite improvements in special effects used to portray the creatures, writers seem to have a tough time coming up with new things for them to do. In fact, in the 70 years since the first dinosaur feature, the prehistoric beasts have displayed similar and often bizarre patterns of behavior. For example, they appear to have an inbred hatred for national monuments and landmarks. From London's Tower Bridge to New York's Coney Island, if a structure is recognizable to more than 3 people in an audience, it's the dinosaur's duty to knock it down. When it comes to cars, the big reptiles are less discriminating. Any make or model will do. But there are rules to follow. The first car destroyed must be crushed. The second must be picked up, preferably with its driver, and tossed.
What is it?
Mommy's very angry.
Humans in these films are just as predictable as dinosaurs. We see the things, we scream, we run, and then we bump into each other and fall down. In movies, at least, there's a reason for this. Look closely. What you are seeing is not method acting. These extras are actually fighting each other, jockeying for positions close to the camera so their friends can see their faces. Dinosaur movies fight to be seen as well. No other cinematic genre has used more outrageous claims, overblown buzzwords, or outright lies to lure audiences.
You may wish to deny it, but your eyes tell you it's true.
A geometrical progression of deadly menace.
No motion picture of our time has ever unleashed shock spectacle of such scope and realism.
The most amazing adventure since the beginning of time.
Fantastic beyond comprehension.
Gripping beyond compare.
Astounding beyond belief.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is James Mason. Come along with Pat Boone and me and Gertrude the duck and discover sights and sounds and wonders no living man has ever witnessed before.
You think that sounds weak? Try mixing dinosaurs with cavemen and cowboys.
Professor, there's a big lizard back there and he's heading this way. Now get aboard!
Cowboys and dinosaurs simply look stupid together. With nothing but 6 guns and ropes at their disposal, the humans look like powerless yokels. But at least the characters have dialogue. Caveman movies have no dialogue to write, no sets to build, no costume changes, and the audience is supposed to get excited over the lamest of plots.
Luana the Fair One, who deserted her tribe and risked her life to follow Tumak of the Rock People.
1 million years BC introduced the world to Raquel Welch and bolstered the long-held theory that dinosaurs prefer females over males, scantily clad cave women over fully dressed ones, and blondes over brunettes. In this scene, a pteranodon apparently discovers Raquel is not a real blonde.
Godzilla, king of the monsters.
Dinosaur films have been scarce for a few years, but they will be revived, and you can bet the effects will be cutting edge. The first car will be crushed, the second one tossed, and you will recognize the buildings being attacked.
Godzilla still remains popular to this day. In fact, you've got a Godzilla Fest coming up yourself.
Well, Bob Wilkins and I were invited to come down to this fest on November the 19th. I think it's a Friday night. I'm not quite sure what we're going to do, but we will be in the lobby. You know, the fans just love to come up to Bob and have a memory about, oh, I remember when I used to watch your show with Mom and Dad or my brother and sister. And it's a real nostalgic trip these people go on, and Bob will sit there and sign. I'll tell you what, for every one autograph I'll sign, Bob signs 8 or 9. He is the one that they gravitate to.
And this is the Castro Theater in San Francisco.
This is at the Castro, yeah. And there's supposed to be some show that night. I'm not quite sure what is going to be taking place. I guess, I don't know, maybe we're going to get stomped on by a giant creature. I'm not sure.
This could be the end.
Everyone's coming down with Donna Fever. I know what's going on in here. An entire town possessed.
You get a good look, you little perv?
It was awesome. And no cure in sight.
I think you're pretty. I think you're pretty.
Is this really happening?
That 70s show.
You'll break the spell.
Monday night at 7 on Action 36, Cable 6.
If you carry this card, you'll want this card, the AARP Medicare Supplement Insurance Plan card. Even with Medicare, you could still pay nearly half of your medical bills out of your own pocket. If you're 65 or over, this card can help pay for what Medicare doesn't. This is one powerful card. It represents the only Medicare supplement plan endorsed by AARP. Why an AARP Medicare supplement plan? Because you can keep your own doctors without any referrals and no claim forms. Prescription drug coverage is available, and AARP group rates keep prices affordable. Call to get free information about these plans underwritten by United Healthcare Insurance Company. There's no obligation, and it's easy to switch to an AARP plan. Call and learn about our service extras, and you'll also get this free booklet. Call now even if you're not an AARP member yet, and join more than 2 million members enjoying the benefits of this powerful card. Call now.
Well, we started experimenting in the 70s with the round bed.
Oh.
Then we tried the water bed.
Oh, boy.
Then we moved on to the one with the space spoon. But now we've got the sleep number bed that everybody's talking about. We sleep perfectly, but my side said it's 60.
And mine's at 30.
So finally, we can stop experimenting.
That's what you think, Tiger.
Over 2 million people have found that a sleep number is the key to a perfect night's sleep. The Sleep Number bed by Select Comfort. Call 1-800-SLEEP-NUMBER.
All the work that I have to do, I don't have any time to actually find this. Oh, and it's like a foot away from the trash can.
Yeah, hang on a second. You won't believe this. Please tell me somebody didn't just drop that there.
My husband would freak if he saw this.
Yeah, well, it's been there a while.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Man, I'm like this close to throwing it away myself.
I don't blame you. I mean, who would put it to the trash can?
Don't just take a stand. Act. The most powerful way is to simply register and vote.
Well, Bob couldn't be here tonight because he's hosting a Creature Features boot camp in Ecuador. You know, and they need that show down there.
Oh, Ecuador, yeah, they desperately need that show.
You can see him at the Castro, and there were some tried and true creatures that the audiences loved seeing over and over again. Ghosts.
Ghosts are absolutely great. Bill Castle, who was one of my favorites, 13 Ghosts, right. Wasn't part of it in a 3D format?
Sort of 3D.
Yeah, sort of 3D. Buster Keaton did a haunted house ghost story.
Do you believe in ghosts? What does it take to convince you that the dead do not always rest in peace?
You trying to scare me?
I'm not scared of sheep.
Be afraid. Be afraid for heaven's sake.
We don't believe in ghosts.
I see dead people.
Or do I?
Lately, it seems more and more people believe in ghosts. According to a recent Gallup poll, 1 in 3 of us do. And even if we don't truly believe in spirits, apparitions, or guiding forces we cannot see, it appears we are vastly entertained by the very notion that they might exist.
Oh my God, what is that?
Due to its low production cost and almost $150 million gross, The Blair Witch Project became one of the most profitable films ever made.
You ever feel the prickly things on the back of your neck?
Yes.
That's them.
Ghost movies have been crowd pleasers for about 100 years, despite the fact that almost all spirit films can be neatly pigeonholed into a few tried and true plots. It could be a renewed sense of spirituality, a time when humans tend to assess their rightful place in the great scheme of things. It's certainly not because anything radically new has come down the cinematic pike. In fact, almost all ghost films can be neatly pigeonholed into a few tried and true plots. One of the oldest gimmicks is to not include any real ghosts at all. In the 1921 silent picture, The Haunted House, Buster Keaton carved the template for dozens of movies to copy. Counterfeiters dress up as ghosts, goblins, and skeletons to scare people away from their secret stronghold. Over the years, counterfeiters became racketeers, racketeers turned into bootleggers, bootleggers became Nazi spies, but the basic plots were the same. Humans were only pretending to be ghosts.
Only the ghosts in this house are glad we're here.
You mean the you? Yeah. It was me played the organ the night you were here. I stabbed the painting, everything.
Then there are movies in which actual ghosts are portrayed. These can be broken down into 3 distinct subgenres. The first, lost souls that cannot rest in peace until they take revenge upon their own killers or people who have wronged them.
The wicked will be punished.
So shall I rise from the dead.
I've come for you.
Get away from me! It's a matter of life and death to a ghost. A poor, unfortunate, headless ghost.
You belong to me, Tom. You belong to a ghost. Tom Stewart killed me! Tom Stewart killed me!
The second, ghosts who cannot rest in peace until they ensure their loved ones are protected from the same evil forces that caused their deaths.
I know it's a little bit hard to swallow, kid, but honest, I'm dead. Am I to believe that you're an apparition? Believe what you want. What is this, trick photography?
You're dead, Willie.
The third, ghosts who are just plain spooky for their own perverse fun.
Stop it! Stop it, I say!
What do you think of this? You like it?
Man, oh man, them ponies run faster when we go down to Belmont.
Ear flicker.
Another plot device involves ghosts who don't even know they are ghosts. In the 1962 low-budget cult classic Carnival of Souls, a woman escapes death in a car accident, only to be haunted by eerie apparitions. Ends up she was actually killed in the wreck, and even in denial, felt herself drawn into a ghostly realm. Bruce Willis must have been her soulmate. As I said, there are very few new twists on the genre.
You're not frightened of ghosts, are you? Be awful if you were.
Oh, come on.
I just saw a ghost. Was he a fat one? Yeah. That was me!
Thanks for being here.
Okay, thanks, Bob. It's been fun to have a few memories of the good old days here at Channel 2.
Can you feature that awful creature?
I was fatter, I was bigger, I weighed more than other kids. And the boys were like, well, you know, we don't like you for stuff because you're fat or you're different. In every aspect, they'll judge me. It was little by little I started becoming more comfortable with who I was. The way I'm built is part of me. And I was just like, you know, that's the way I'm going to be, and I have to learn to accept myself for me and not letting people judge me for different things.
Action 36 Cable 6, encouraging you to take action to connect our community.
Hey,
Hey, Joey's after a hot girl.
Get in there, man. Flirt back. Mix it up.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
But first,
Do you happen to have a hot girl in there?
he's got to find her.
Hot girl!
But guess who's hotter than ever?
Our flame. Woo! It is on fire.
And the temperature keeps rising.
You want me to go upstairs and have sex with you over and over and over, and I'm saying no to this? Why? Get your coat.
Next, friends.
Monday at 10 on Action 36, Cable 6.
I have a disease called osteosarcoma. I have leukemia. It's very important not to give up.
I don't know how much time we have with our daughter. She's the bravest person I know.
We've all just decided to take it one day at a time and make the best out of every single one of them.
Tonight at 8 p.m. on Action 36, Cable 6.
Hello. Can I help you with something?
Yeah, I'm looking for a wallet.
Oh, celebrating high school graduation.
No, I dropped out.
哦，星啊，呢個友仔要買荷包啊！
睇佢係眼碌好似馬騮星咁。
係啊，真係可惜啊！中學都畢唔到業。
我翻嚟啦。
Isn't it a little small?
Go to OperationGraduation.com.
No school today?
No, I dropped out.
You dropped out.
Go to OperationGraduation.com.
And that is it for this week's edition of A Second Look. We thought that we would let Bob Wilkins have the last say on this Halloween weekend.
Don't go away, because at the end of the show, I'm going to have some rare black and white slides of a vacation I took in 1954. They've never been shown on television before, and I think you're going to like them.
If you would like to see a little bit more about Creature Features, you can go to our website, ktvu.com. I'm Leslie Griffith. Happy Halloween. You ready to go? Oh, come on. Night.
Creature features. Now, the strangest thing about this show on tune is its host, Bob Wilkins, and he brings it to you. Features and creature features and more creatures and more features. And the creature's gonna get you tonight. You better not turn out your bedroom lights. He'll grab your head and give it such a bite. You may even die from just a...